I just finished going to this amazing temple here in Busan, and touching the temple is this walking path that I didn't even know existed, but this is the perfect time to do my South Korea recap because tomorrow we are leaving out of here. We're heading to Japan over this ocean right here. We're ferry. It's gonna be great. Sorry for the wind, it's very windy. I'll have a little video on not my experience, but showing just part of this temple out. Super cool by the ocean here, highly recommended. It's the only temple I really recorded, and by far the best one. It's like an hour in there. I read for a bit too, it was great. Really, this whole beach just looks stunning. Anyway, I'm not even sure what I talked about in my first recap. I think I ended at the national park, so I guess I'll start talking about that. That mountain climb was absolutely phenomenal. I climbed up. There's multiple peaks, and I'm gonna butcher the names. I'm not even gonna try saying it. It's the title of my other two videos about the climb up, but that was a really fun climb. The path is ridiculously steep at some points, but it's not that hard. I don't know if I'm the best judge, but you can take many breaks, a bunch of points with really good scenery. There technically is a bathroom when you're pretty far up there, but don't count on it. It is horrible, disgusting. A traditional Japanese old school bathroom, yeah, don't do it. Hasn't been cleaned 10 million years. Don't do it. But the climb in and of itself was great. It's the first thing that on my whole trip so far where I'd want to go back, because there was many other areas of the national park that I get to explore, many other peaks. Oh wow, you can just go down here. Wow. Let's go down. This is a recap video, but screw it, let's go down. I thought they were breaking the rules going across the fence, but no, this is just an area. Wow, and you can walk left. There's paths. This is so cool. If this was America, these stacks that are all piled up here, some kid would come kick them down and there'd be none. Look at how many there are. There's tons. Absolutely tons. The ocean wind probably sounds horrible on my phone, so I'm sorry again about that. It's only gonna get worse, so I'm getting closer to the ocean here. But I guess I'll continue the recap with this. Well, I'm parkouring across the rocks right now. I need to be very careful not to die. Maybe I'll just stand right here. Wow. I guess you could technically swim out here too. It feels like Oregon weather. Let's go touch the water actually and see how warm the ocean is. I'm kind of curious, as we're a lot farther north than in Singapore. Well, Thailand's actually closer to this, and we're even further north than Thailand. We're like 6 hours up. Oh, but we just traveled south on the ferry. I don't know. Ooh, some tricky rocks. Doesn't look too slippery. Okay, anyway, with the recap. So, National Park, amazing. It's the first place I want to come back to so far. Overall 10 out of 10 experience. I said in my video, I'm remembering now, I said in my video where I climbed up, I'm like, oh, and someone has their dog up here, right? I spent like 10 minutes up there at the peak, and I realized that that's a wild dog, and there were two of them that looked exactly, they were both white. I thought they were the same dog, but no, they were different, as they were both there together at one point. So I climbed back down, I recorded that whole thing. That should be posted pretty much right before this video, as I haven't posted it yet because it's been taking forever to upload. But I'll get on that. Okay, here we are at the water. Let's feel it. Ooh, that's not like warm. That's way warmer than Oregon water. Maybe a solid 60 degrees? Maybe? An easy Google search will tell me, but that was decently warm. Anyway, National Park. Okay, we're done with that. That was my only day separated from my friends so far. Well, today as well. Ooh, we're parkouring back now. Oh, that's a loose rock. No. We're gonna go this way. Get down to the ground. Some boots are left. What did I do after the national park? It was pretty far away. And so travel time to and from was pretty long. Just like where I am right now, it's like an hour and a half away from my place right now. But I think very worth it. I'm not in Seoul anymore. I'm down in Busan. So, back when I was in Seoul, oh yeah, I'm skipping all the food stuff. To be honest, the food here, it's good. Don't get me wrong. But I have nothing more to add than what I already said back in Thailand and Singapore. Like, it hasn't done anything better, in my opinion. And let's be real, I'm not a seafood guy. And all these places I've been to probably do great seafood. So if you're into seafood, don't take my opinion on much. I had this one like vegetable bowl. I'll have to ask my friend what it was called again. He's the one who recommended it. It was this bowl. It's kind of like a soup. I don't even know what it is. But it had like bean sprouts and stuff in it. It was pretty good. I think my mom would like it a lot. Very, very good. Other than that, nothing too phenomenal, I'd say. I'm trying to think. Yeah, nothing in the food category really stood out. Besides that one dish. Of course, Korean fried chicken, delicious. But we don't gotta get into that. After the national park, came back. What did I even do? What did I do? Guys, I can't really remember. Oh, I do remember. The next day was our last day in Seoul. And so it was a half day because then we traveled to the bullet train down. So, oh no, I skipped a whole day. I'm like, I'm missing a day here, aren't I? I was missing a day. The day before that was our last full day. And we wanted to experience what a PC bang was, which is basically like an internet cafe in America. But apparently South Korea has, my friend wanted to do this more than me, surprisingly, right guys? Because South Korea apparently has like insane internet, their computers are crazy. And so I went to go experience it. Plus, there was 2 extra reasons why this ended up working out, and like we're like, okay, for sure, let's do it. One, for our bullet train, apparently we were told to print our ticket out. There was no like electronic scan for it, so we could do it at the PC bang. 2, it would save us a lot of time to reserve like our 10 or whatever seats for the JR Rail Pass for our Japan bullet train stuff. Be way easier on a computer. So while we were there, I'd figure out how to print the thing off, and my friend would do all the seating because he had our JR Rail Pass on his account, and I had the bullet train here on my account. So it worked out. Printing was free. That was great. And we ended up doing all of our seats. The PCs themselves, honestly, biggest letdown of my life. They were kind of bad. Like, they were worse than like my old computer, which is saying a lot. That thing is from like 2016. For anyone who's not in the gaming scene, it'd probably be like a standard computer, I guess. But at that point, why would you even go in the first place? So the big appeal of them, when I learned out on the trip as well, the big appeal is how cheap they are, and they're open 24/7. So theoretically, you could just like spend the night there. You also have cheap food, cheap alcohol, stuff like that. There's the temple I was just at. Let's see if I can zoom in. Zoom. There it is. Video on that coming soon. But yeah, the PC bong in and of itself, not that great, but it was a necessity we needed to at the very least print out our ticket. Which, getting to that, we also explored another temple, but it started raining so hard. Oh my gosh, it was crazy rain. Also this mall, it's one very famous mall in Seoul. Went to it, really good food there, oh my gosh. But we're ignoring the food. Moving on to our last day, where it rained so bad, we went to one final temple that was only open on a couple days, so we missed it our first try going. The beach, dude, this is so nice. As an Oregonian, I would come and swim here if it wasn't not the best weather, and if I had my bathing suit with me. But in the summer, I'd totally come here. Anyway, also one good thing about not having a car, like, you know, driving here myself, is that I started way over there, right? I'm walking on this path, and once I'm bored or done with this area, I just get back on public transport and go home. Wonderful. I can start in one area, end somewhere else. Don't gotta backtrack. Back to the main point at hand, though. The railroad system, or the bullet train, I should say, which is different from the other public transport. We had to get a ticket for it, and, you know, reserve it in advance. Seats were limited, specific seating. It was more like an airplane almost, like the steps you have to go through. And on the email I got, like I said, for the PC bung, I had to print the ticket out, right? And so I had this ticket with me. It got a little wet in the rain. We were a bit worried about that. But when we got to the, it's not called an airport, we got to the station, we went through check number 1, check number 2, check number 3, all these checks, never asked for our ticket. We got on the train, never asked for our ticket. We were like, maybe it'd be like in the movies, we're like, you're on the train and they come by, it's like, tickets please. But no, whole ride, never asked for our ticket. We got off, never asked for our ticket. I was sitting there, and logically, our ticket reserved our seat. And the train was pretty full. It was pretty full. I can't see, we're in like car number 9, right? And so I don't know how many cars there were, but car 9 specifically was pretty full. But they never asked for our ticket. And so, like, you know, my brain starts going, this thing costs like $100 or something. More like 75. I could have just paid nothing for that, right? Maybe. If I lucked out, my luck's pretty high, but I'm trying to save my luck. I used a bunch recently, trying to save it up. Speaking of luck, we're about to get to that in a little bit. So we take that train down. We come here to Busan, where I am right now, and get to our place, bigger than last place. You know, I never talked about our place we were at, actually, in Seoul. For most people, it would have been pretty bad. Me and my boy, all we needed. The location was out of this world great. Like 2-minute walk to the nearest station. The area itself, we had dinner like around us, I think 3 out of our 4 nights or days. Yeah, 3 out of 4 days. It was overall 10 out of 10 location. Room itself, bunk bed with 0 room in the room. Like, there's nowhere to be except your bed, right? That's like the size of the room. The bed, though, was like a queen bunk bed. I was not expecting that. The bed was like, when you're on the bed, oh my gosh, it served its purpose. On my trip, no joke, including where I am right now, it's been the most comfortable bed. Like, what more could you ask for? The bathroom, though, thank God it was a private one, because if I had to walk into this like as like a shared bathroom, oh my gosh, I would have been sussed out. It was so old and decrepit. The bathroom was like, it was like a small enough to just be a bathroom with like a toilet, right? Like, it was super small. Like, I'm a big guy. My legs would like touch the wall if I'm like sitting on the toilet. Excuse me. And the shower was like a part of the sink. And it was like a handheld one, right? You pick the shower head up, blah, 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 whatever. Turn the shower on, you like turn the sink on. It was crazy. But served its purpose. We were rolling in there. There was a little lounge you could be in, big enough, maybe 3 people. If like one of us woke up earlier than the other, which usually was me, so I went to bed earlier. Instead of like being in my bed, potentially making noises or whatever, I go down to the lounge and just chill. There's a couch in there. You could chill. It was a lot better. I wonder if this keeps going. Let's do the map real quick before I continue my story about our current place and how great it is. We're only here for 1 or 2 nights. You are here. The end. Well, that's not good. It goes all the way up to there. I just walked the whole thing. Huh. Well, I guess I'll try to go somewhere on the left. Just walk on the road. Interesting. Okay. We did the whole walk. Short walk, but it's all you can do. There's a fisheries science museum. I'm not really into fishing, so there's none of a pleasant aroma here. The place I'm currently staying in is like a standard apartment. The bed is good. There's 2 beds separate. We're on the ground. There's no what's it called? It's just the mattress, right? There's no the other thing. What is that called? The support. I don't know. It's just the mattress on the ground, though. Which, not that big of a deal for just being there. We only have 1 full day. We have 2 nights and 1 full day in the middle, right? This is our full day right now. Yesterday, all we did was eat dinner. We chilled, talked, had a time together. Went to the Cone Beanie. The convenience stores here are great, just like everywhere else. But today, this morning, right? I have one good story, and I saved it for the end because none of the boys who know me in real life are gonna watch till the end, right? And if you are, feel free to sell me out. Feel free, okay? That's your reward. You can sell me out. So, here's where the story begins. Let me preface this story by saying, for any of the random people out there who stumbled upon this and are for some reason watching to the end, I fully support vaccines and stuff. I am just super afraid of needles, okay? Get that straight. I got the normal 2 shots of COVID, okay? No boosters, right? Okay, good preface. To get into Japan, you need 1 booster. You need 2 shots and 1 booster. Or get like the PCR, is that the abbreviation? The rapid COVID test. Oh, rapid RPC, I don't know. Dog. Cute doggo. I want to pet, but I will refrain. So 72 hours before you get there, you can take this test. And so yesterday night, I was Googling, before I even looked at my trip, I Googled to make sure there were places in Busan where I could get this, so I knew there were. And yesterday when I got here, I was Googling some more, and today is Sunday, so yesterday was Saturday. Googling about everywhere, it's like 7:30, 8, even 9 p.m. at this point. Everywhere is closed on Saturday this time. Either they were never open on Saturday or they were already closed. I'm like, uh-oh. Sunday, closed, open. Like, oh my God. Oh, thank God. Place is open. That is the only place open. I kept on looking. Cat. Hello, cat. Oh gosh, there goes the cat. It's just gone under the car probably. Anyway, I kept on looking. It was the only place open. It was about an hour away from where we were by public transportation. And I wanted to get there earlier because I didn't know how long it would take these test results to be done. So I got up relatively early, did some more Googling, and apparently you have to call this number, right? Call this number. I thank God I Googled it again this morning. I told my friend, well, okay, look at this. I Googled it, called this number, it told me to call if you were getting the test or whatever for foreign transport. Called the number. It's like, in Korean, right? I'm sorry, Koreans. That probably sounded offensive. It's like, press 2 for English. Bam, press 2. Bring, bring. Right, ringing the phone. Hello? Person, like, perfectly fluent English answers. I'm like, oh, hello, I'm calling because Google reviews or whatever said I had to call if I was getting a P whatever test. And they're like, oh, yeah, or we're pretty backed up. When do you need it by? And I'm like, well, I'm leaving tomorrow. They're like, ooh, leaving tomorrow, you say? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, well, I got some bad news for you. I'm like, what's that? And they're like, it's probably not gonna happen. You could get lucky. You could get here like right now. Or, yeah, well, how far away are you? And I'm like, minimum like an hour. And like, oh yeah, you're kind of screwed, man. In my mind, I'm like, uh-oh. Kind of screwed, man. I'm like, uh-oh. Right? And I'm like, well, should I come anyway and like try? And he's like, well, maybe you might as well. I'm like, okay, I guess I will. Hang up. I'm sitting there in bed. It's like 8 a.m. I'm like, what am I going to do? I'm like, screw it. I'm not leaving right now. I need to relax again. I'm in like panic mode. I'm relaxing. Lay down. I even take a morning shower. I'm a nighttime shower guy. I take a morning shower to really calm down. I got out of the shower, my friend's awake. And he's like, oh, you haven't left yet? I'm like, in my mind, before, like, he says that and time freezes. And I'm like, should I tell him? I don't want to make him freak out. Because if I get stuck, then, like, you know, our plans, and I don't want him to cancel. And so I just say, yeah, I haven't left yet. You know, I decided right there, not going to tell him. Not gonna tell him that I am screwed. And so, I should just go this way. And so, now I'm here. Ooh, I gotta kind of hurry. So now I'm just sitting here. And no idea what to do. What is this? It's a park. Anyway, I'm sitting here, no idea what to do. Then all of a sudden, my friend goes, wait, we need to fill out this blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, half this thing. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? And he's like, I thought we didn't have to do this thing. And I'm like, oh, that thing. And I'm saying the thing, I forget what it's called. But it's the like official, like, these documents you have to do before going to Japan. And he's like, yeah, you told me, this is him telling me this, right? He's like, you told me you were doing this. I talked you out of it because I showed you that you didn't have to do it anymore. I'm like, oh yeah, you did talk me out of that. So anyway, we both got our phones and we start filling out this thing that apparently we have to do again. I don't know why. We're doing it. And then we get to the third step. And the third step is where you put, I have 3 COVID shots plus, or I don't have the 3 COVID shots. I'm going to do the PC whatever test. And so I'm there like, when I say out loud, oh, guess I can't do this part yet. Tee-hee, can't do it. He's there like, oh yeah, they're like, oh, I got to take a picture of my thing. At that moment, I knew I had a choice to make. So I acted. And here's what I did. Oh, no green? No green? What is this place, by the way? What is this? It's like some sort of ride over there, too? The wind is crazy strong, man. Plus the cars now. I gotta get like off this road here. That is back to the shrine, the temple. I want to get away from these cars. It's so loud. if I can turn left at the next available time I can turn left, I will, so we can get away from this road. So I'm gonna pause the story for now. We held at the point where do we even hold? The point where something. Yep, that's where we stopped. The breaking point, the point where I had to make a decision. That's where we stopped. Well, it's not too loud. You know what? It's not too loud. We got a little bit of room, a little bit of leeway from the sound here on the side. So I'll continue. Breaking point. He decided to, do the thing. He's like, oh, I have to take a picture of my COVID card to upload it. And I'm like, this is the moment where I really decided. And he takes it out, takes a picture. I'm like, oh, why does your COVID card look so weird? Right? Because it did look weird. He had these stickers on it. Because he got his shots super early, before they signed it or whatever. But his third one, and he has 4 shots. He has 2 boosters. And so there's only 3 on there. It was I was weird. So I was asking real questions, but really for a secret mission. And he's like, I'm like, why is it so weird? He's like, oh, he told me why. I'm like, can I see it? He's like, yeah. He's filling out the rest of his thing. And I secretly take a picture of his COVID card, right? This will come in handy later. It's a really off bad angle. I'm not going to use his thing for mine, right? I don't know. But I now have his as a reference, right? This is what it needs to look like. As I'm leaving, I almost give myself away. Because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to get my thing now. I better do it quick because this thing we have to do is due today. And so, oh my God, I was screwed anyway. I told the guy on the phone I needed it by tomorrow. But in reality, I needed it by today. I was giga screwed. So, it's loud again. Should I continue the story? Let's continue. Screw it. I bet you guys can hear me well enough, right? I just have to be extra loud. So anyway, now I have a picture of his being loud. It caused me to cough. Oh my God. Jesus. I now have a picture of his COVID card, and he's rushing me away. He's like, you better go get your thing, man. It's 11 a.m., maybe 10:30 a.m. at this point. So I'm like, haha, yeah, you're right, man. I'll go get that now. And we were going to split up for the day anyway. We already knew that yesterday. I was in another temple. He's doing some other thing. Who knows? He's not a big temple guy. And so I go. And the first thing I do is rack my brain. Where have I seen Expo or Sharpie-esque markers? Where? And he goes, 7-Eleven. I've seen them in some of the convenience stores. My phone has no data. I made this choice for South Korea, save a little bit of money, because my friend does have data, and we're in South Korea for only 8 days total, maybe 9, and South Korea has the best public Wi-Fi ever, where you can pretty much walk around and get it. It definitely is the best ever. It's quite in many places, subways, all these places. Right now, I probably wouldn't have any. And so I can't just put in my phone where to find a pen because I have no data, right? So 7-Eleven sometimes, but in my mind I'm like, if 7-Eleven has it, I bet all the convenience stores do. I was wrong. I randomly stumbled upon 5 convenience stores. None of them had the dang pens. We're gonna walk this way, hopefully be quieter. None of them had the dang pens. Come on. Eventually, 7-Eleven, the first 7-Eleven, walked into it. They had 5 different kinds of pens. One of them was the perfect black pen I needed because my COVID card is laminated. It couldn't be no normal pen. It needed to be some Expo whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's raining, this sucks. But I found it just what I needed. Now, 2 options. Luckily, by the 7-Eleven, there was some Wi-Fi, so I started Googling. I Googled 2 main things, 2 main avenues. One was how do they like confirm COVID cards? Like, how do they do that, right? Like, what is the legal implications of this? And two, how does Japan do it? And basically what I found out through probably not so trustworthy means is that for Japan specifically here, when not using like the barcode, I don't even have the barcode, I don't even know how to use it. I just always use my card. Using the physical card, if you give an exact, like the perfect, like something that was real, like a real name and like the number and the date, you're probably going to be good, especially if your original shot is already yours. Just worked out perfectly because I had the code and stuff of a real shot, aka the picture I took of my friends. And so I pulled it out of my phone, copied it on my card, uploaded it to the website I had to do it to, and 5 minutes later, it was confirmed, and I'm good to go. Didn't have to take a 2-hour journey to get a swab stuck up my nose. So this is a lesson to all you. Cheating always prospers. And for any of my friends who are watching this for some reason, don't tell him, because he'll be mad at me. I took a picture of his card and used it for nefarious purposes. Or do tell him and make him mad at me. Either way, thanks for watching. We're about to leave Korea tomorrow to Japan, land in the Nihongo. I'll probably, when is our cyclothon thing? When is the cycle marathon islands? That's pretty early on our trip. I'll probably make a recap after that of Japan. This is a long video anyway. I'm just gonna add on that South Korea so far, because of the weather and because of just the amazing sights, it definitely has been my favorite place so far. Well, the weather being it's just Oregon right now. It's just raining and like cold. This is great. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great day. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.